So first of all, if you're new here, my name's Amy. I do food and fitness content on this channel and also over on TikTok and Instagram. If you'd like to check it out, then the links are all down below. No, I've not actually spoken to you this whole vlog. So basically, I thought I would do my updated 5 AM morning routine for you guys and girlies out there. Lately, I have been doing a more body recomposition style of training, and I thought I would just take you guys and girlies through essentially what that is, because I feel like so many people on TikTok and Instagram at the moment are in calorie deficits or calorie surpluses, and people are either trying to lose weight or gain weight. But I just wanted to show maybe a different path if you're not really wanting to do those other things. So body composition is essentially trying to lose weight / fat whilst either maintaining or trying to increase muscle mass. It is definitely something that is doable for all athletes, but technically you will see people at the start of their fitness journey in a body recomposition phase. But that doesn't mean that if you're not new to the gym, you can't do body recomposition. It's something that takes a lot longer than a calorie deficit or a calorie surplus, so just bear that in mind. But I personally think it gives you a better balance of life. It's more catered to individuals who want to intuitively eat rather than tracking calories. It's just something that I personally have enjoyed more rather than going into cycles of weight gain and weight loss. I just like having a more consistent plan that I'm going to do for the whole year rather than going in and out of losing weight and putting weight back on. For me personally, I always found that that was quite difficult to train my body to eat differently across the whole year. It was also kind of a little bit triggering for me in terms of tracking calories, and it wasn't really a healthy lifestyle for me. So I've definitely shifted more towards a body recomposition phase now, and I want to take you through what that entails. So the first thing that you need to do if you're trying to achieve a body recomposition style of training is to eat near or at maintenance calories. So as I've said to you already, I do intuitively eat. That means I don't track calories. I try to maintain my weight. This just means looking at that in different ways. So I do still weigh myself. I do still keep a weekly check-in, and I try to make sure that I'm not overeating by looking at those measures. So it's very much a weekly basis rather than a day-to-day basis. So I will look at myself at the end of the week and I will evaluate whether it has been a healthy amount of food that I've been eating or whether I've been overeating. I will also think about how I feel in my body and whether I'm confident enough in order to decide if I've been eating at maintenance. But I also listen to hunger cues as I'm intuitively eating. Hunger cues are really, really important. So if you are tracking calories, you can choose to work out your maintenance, calculate that, and then decide. But if you don't want to track calories, I would just say start intuitively eating. Really focus on having healthy, well-rounded meals with a good carb source, a good protein source, and healthy fats and micronutrients. And just eat until you're full. It's as simple as that, okay? So once you've got your eating style work together, whatever that looks like for you, the next thing would be to do a workout program that is specifically tailored towards body recomposition. I'm currently doing Sarah Ryan's plan on the Ladder app, and this is a body composition training plan. It's designed for body recomp, and it just has all of the elements that you need within that workout plan to give your body the best chance to lose the fat but also put on some muscle. And then the next thing is, and this should be included in your workout plan, but just in case it isn't, add in some cardio. So cardio is so important for trying to lose that fat but also gaining the muscle. So you're doing the strength training mostly for the muscle growth, but then you want to add some sort of cardio, and it doesn't need to be excessive, it doesn't need to be a lot, it just needs to be one session perhaps a week. Me at the moment, the cardio that I'm doing are sprints. I find that sprints are really, really useful for burning fat, very high energy. I've just found in general it is the best form of cardio for me in order to become leaner but also maintain that muscle. And the next thing is just keeping up your energy expenditure each day. So for me, this means going for a daily walk. You may have quite a fast-paced job already, so you may not need to do that. I currently work on GP as a doctor, so I'm obviously sitting around quite a lot throughout the day, which means that I need to go out for that walk during my lunch in order to just get my body moving a little bit. I don't like setting numbers, so I don't have a step count, but I do say that I will go for a nice long walk every day, and that might look different depending on how much time I have each day, but I really do try to dedicate my time to that. Okay, the next one is something that I really, really do, and I really do suggest that you do, and it is monitoring your progress with videos. So I do look at the weight on the scale, but I would say that can be really, really tricky because especially if you're a woman, that weight is going to fluctuate depending on your cycle, depending on the time of day, depending on what you've been eating lately. It is something that fluctuates a lot. So always take it with a little bit of a pinch of salt. If you're in a situation where your weight is going up, but you're taking progress photos and you think that you look better on the progress videos and you don't understand why the weight is going up, that is probably because some of the fat is being changed into muscle. Muscle does weigh more, so it can increase your weight. So don't be scared if the weight is going up. It might be an indication that things are going the way that you wanted them to go. It might be an indication of that. So that's why it's so important to look at videos of yourself and think, am I aligning my fitness plans with my goals at the moment? Does it look like I'm making progress with this plan? I think with body recomposition, it's much less about numbers and actually about how you feel in your body and being more confident in your body. I personally have spent years chasing a skinnier version of myself, and I'm at that stage in life now where I just really don't care. I'm embracing my mid-sized self. I love my body, and yeah, I might have a little bit of fat here and there, but I feel confident in myself and I love my body, and it doesn't actually matter to me anymore. As long as I'm just looking at my body, I'm going, actually I'm progressing, then that's fine by me. But it's all about feeling confident in yourself, which can be really challenging. It'd be really hard, especially if you've been chasing skinny like I used to do for a very long time. But you can do it, you can get there. And last but not least, this is actually the most important thing you need to do when you start body recomposition. It is consistency. The moment that you stop being consistent, you are going to see that your goals are going to go out the window, your muscle mass isn't going to increase or even stay the same, it might even reduce. Consistency is so key if you're doing this specific workout plan, because you can kind of have off days when you're in a calorie surplus and you can have off days when you're in a calorie deficit. But with body recomp, because you're eating at near maintenance or at maintenance, you really need to use every day. And I'm not saying don't have your rest days, obviously have your rest days, but be consistent with your plan. So for me personally, I do 4 to 5 workouts a week. I give myself that range of 4 to 5 because I know that some weeks I'm not going to be able to hit those 5 workouts, but I at least, even if it's a really challenging and difficult week, I at least hit 4 workouts to be able to be consistent with my plan. Otherwise I know that I'm not going to progress towards my goals, essentially. Those are my tips for body recomp. It's something that I've done a lot of research into, I've had a look into, and I think it's a path that not a lot of people are taking on social media nowadays, but I think it's a much more balanced lifestyle. I think it is less toxic in a lot of ways. If you're somebody who is affected by sort of calories and counting and restrictive eating and restrictive exercising, then it is definitely a better path to take because it's more holistic, it's more wholesome. So yeah, if you have any questions down below on body recomposition and how I'm doing it, then please ask them down below. I will put up a couple of photos here of how things are going with my body recomp, just sharing how it's changed my body essentially, because I have definitely noticed body changes, and I think a lot of it is to do with water retention. When you stop exercising, you do get some water retention. Yeah, that is going to be the end of the video today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any time at all, please like and subscribe. It really helps out with the channel, but if you don't, that's okay. And I'll see you next week for another video. See you later.